Ja, herzlich willkommen zu unserem neuen Digitalforum und das ist heute sehr international. Es geht um das Thema Digitalisierung von Baustellen und wir starten einfach mit dem Thema der Weg zum autonomen Kran und da haben wir, das ist der Herr Dr. Hennige von unserem Vorstand und ich uns einen Gast zugeschaltet. Hello Asaf, you're connected from Israel.
Yes, I am. Thank you for having me.
And you will have a presentation about your ADAS system. Und da würde ich sagen, wir starten einfach. Herr Dr. Hennige, Asaf, I will give you the slides.
Ich begrüße Sie alle ganz herzlich zu unserem Vortrag. Ich habe Herrn Yarkoni kennengelernt auf der Beim World und er hat mich fasziniert. Er hat mich fasziniert aus 3 Gründen und es freut mich hier zu haben. A, wir haben einen internationalen Vortrag. B, was interessant ist, ist die Technologie. Aber C, was für mich eigentlich fast am meisten interessiert, ist das Thema, dass wir Einfluss kriegen auf unsere Baubranche aus anderen Branchen. Und genau das ist der Fall. Asaf Yarkoni worked in a company called Waze. Waze is not a construction company. He has no construction background. He has no civil engineer's background. It was a company, as you know, from the defense industry. And he built up this company, Waze, and this company was finally sold to Google, and he implemented it in Google. And now he had to start at another company. And he's head of the sales and business development of Ultrawis. And with his knowledge from this old technology comes to the construction industry. He finds the cranes. He told me at the Beim World, he saw the cranes over and he thought and he started to think about what could we change in the industry. And at that point, they started to develop the technology, which he will present us today. And I'm very proud to see him, and I would give him the word. So as of start with your presentation.
Thank you very much for inviting me to share with you our solution. My name is Asaf, and I'm the head of sales and business development here. A bit about Ultrawis. So the name comes from ultra and then for wisdom. A bit arrogant, but it's true. And we started on 2019 as a spin-off Elbit Systems. Elbit Systems is the biggest defense company in Israel. So we took the military technology and migrated it into the civilian technology and job sites. Our vision is autonomous cranes for digital job sites, but there is a long way to reach autonomous cranes. On the way, there are a few milestones to move. So I will start my presentation, and feel free to ask any questions, any comments. I have no problem with you stopping me in the middle and asking everything that you want. Feel free to reach out. Oh, wait, it doesn't, for some reason. Okay, so we are coming to solve 3 main problems. The first problem is productivity. As you know, in the construction, the needle hasn't been moving too much in the last 20, 30 years, and we want to change it. From safety-wise, there are a lot of accidents, unnecessary accidents, and a lot of death that we can spare them. And we are tackling also shortage of labor, because we know that there are already lack of operators in some parts of the world. And with our system, we can open it to new generation of operators, like women, like young people, etc. So a bit the problems in numbers, just for you to know that our cranes transport around 70 to 75% of construction materials, and is a bottleneck inside the job site, because once is occupied, you have between 20 to 40, 50 people on the ground waiting for him, to deliver. Just for you to share with you that an average construction site burn rate a day is around $250K. Depends on the size of the job site, but this is the more or less the numbers. And inefficiency of crane, it's around $7K. And the last thing is that I want to say is that we're trying to decrease the numbers of verbal guidance, because less verbal guidance, less errors, and less mistakes. So our solution called Whiteside, and why it's called Whiteside, because it's actually not only for the crane, it's from a logistics point of view, and it touches all the job sites. So what do we have here? As you can see in my mouse, we have a sensor, a special sensor unit. It's not a regular one. It comes from the Apache actually, these sensors, and it has a special stitching pattern. That means that two cameras looking at the same place, and only if they verifies the same picture, only then it allows you to show it and tells you that it's the right picture. And it has a wide field of view, 170 on 130. So that covers most of the job site. As you can see down here, we have another sensor. One sensor is looking at the hook at all time, and a 3D modeling sensor. And I will show you that, what we do with it. So what we are an add-on to the crane. We capture the entire job site, 24/7, 360 degrees, and we actually give you an accurate data and automation. Now, there are two modes of operators. You have remote operation, that this is the future, definitely the future, but there is regulation-wise. And by the way, we are working with TÜV in Germany now that they will accept it now. Takes time, obviously. And we have this one, the ADAS one, and the ADAS comes actually from the mobility world. And the idea is to take all these capabilities and help the operator on the top cabin do his work faster and to decrease his workflow. And we wrap everything up with an application that gives you every metric that you just want for all stakeholders in the job site, from productivity, efficiency, safety, idle, and I will show you soon everything. So this is how it looks like on a crane. It's actually 2 to 3 hours to assemble it. And then usually in the construction side, they use the crane between 18 months to 24 months. So it's 2 or 3 hours, and then you have it for the entire cycle until you finish building. And as you can see, it's pretty easy. We just add a sensing unit, we add the trolley camera and the 3D modeling, and that's it. It's wrapped up with an application. This is the top cabin solution. And if we want, we just take a fiber optic, take it down, and then we have a remote operation. So now I want to show you a bit of our capabilities. As you can see, we did it on we're talking about innovation, so you have to be innovative as well. So we did this presentation on a 3D Unity. And let me share with you what we can do. As you can see, it's a regular job site with 3 cranes, 2 regular ones, 2 tower cranes, and 1 laffer. Okay, now you can see in a minute, you will be able to see the sensing unit, how it looks on the screen exactly. You see, this is our sensing unit. This is the 3D sensor and the hook camera. We have a tail camera, so from remote, you can hear and see everything that's going on, and wind sensor, obviously. So he knows the wind and direction of the wind. This is the ADAS with all the symbology and graphics, so we will talk about it. And if you want to work from remote, here you are. You have all the screens that you need, all the data that you need. You can hear and see everything. And with the symbology, you work even faster and safer as well. This is a real job site, by the way, in 10 minutes from Tel Aviv, that we built from the ground, 72,000 square meters. So here you can see everybody is aligned. He knows what he needs to do. He knows where he needs to pick up and where he needs to drop it off. So I can avoid open shafts, people from out without an helmets and other hazards on the way. And everybody's aligned on what he needs to do and where he needs to do it. So he can do everything very fast. He doesn't need to think too much. Okay, and this is the 3D modeling. A lot of companies need to do 3D modeling to understand the situational awareness. So they're putting drones in the air or going with the robot of Boston Dynamics. We don't need that. We're using our sensors as a 3D modeling, and we can do it multiple times a day. It takes 180 seconds for the crane to do its round and another 15 minutes to process it. So you can do it 10 times a day. I don't really care, as much as you need it. And this is how it looks like exactly. We're also using AI for safety. As you can see, we can detect and send to the safety manager workers without helmets, open shafts, open piers, and every other vehicle that it's endangering. And we have our own anti-collision. It's not via radio, it's visible, it's via AI. So this is a real teleoperation system, a beta one that we built with this system, 70,000 square feet in Kiryat Ono. And as you can see, we give him all the details and all the things that he needs to work faster. Because between us, the operator, when he sits 100 meters upstairs or 80 meters upstairs, what can he hear? What can he really see? But if I give him the right symbology, the right graphics, the sound and everything, he doesn't need to go up. And doing a better job sitting in an air-conditioned office in a good chair. And that's why we can open it for women, we can open it for youngsters, and for a new generation of operators. So this is not a matter. So this is what I wanted to talk to you. This is our ADAS. ADAS, by the way, stands for Advanced Driver Assistance Systems, comes from the mobility. And as you can see here, we give him the symbology. He doesn't need to think too much. We want to decrease workflow of the operator. So what we have here, we have the wind direction, and what is the wind currently. We have the height of the hook from the ground. We have how much he has on his lifting, and every single minute. This is for the hook. This one is this one. So if it will go right, he doesn't need to think where it will fall. We are telling him already where it fall because we have a dedicated camera on the trolley that shows him every time what's going on and where it's going to fall. And if he goes left here, where it will be. And this is the range, the maximum range of the crane possibilities. So if somebody wants things here, he will not be able to. Okay, this is our anti-collision, how it looks from upstairs, as this is the top tower sound and view, because if you are walking from remote, and even if you're walking from the top cabin, you still need to hear and see what's going on in the back. So as I said, we get all this data in real time and we put it in an application. So as you can see it, all the asset management and all the lifts, idle, last lift, the wind, all the metrics that you just want, you have it here. And here is, for example, heat maps. So if you are a project manager and you see that the heat maps is here, but he was supposed to work here, so you understand that something is wrong or it didn't work according to what you want. And there are a lot of more data that you can get here. And in the end of the day, you get a daily performance report with video of every lift, how long it took, so you are aware of what he did, when he did, at all times. One of the problems that we are trying to solve is verbal guidance. So here, for example, I wanted to show you this because here is the materials that arrived to the job site, and they need to take him here, but this is out of the range. So logistics point of view, I can tell them immediately, listen, you put it here, but you can't reach here. You need to bring another crane. So I can help them do optimal planning in advance and efficient lifting routes. One of the main problems that we encountered in job sites is the material. When material are coming to the site, they're coming usually 10 days or 14 days before they're using them. So you have the guy downstairs writing that it came and sending it. We want to have a logistic, like I said, a white site solution. So we are dealing with the material even before they come. We know we are integrating with ERP, Procore, Autodesk, whatever. And we know it's supposed to come. And let me show you how we solve this problem. Materials are coming to the site, as you can see. So the materials are coming to the site. They always have a barcode. So we have, through our iPad, tablet, iPhone, Android, whatever, you scan them, the barcode, and then we know where it is from GPS. We know what it is. We know what the quantity is, and we know where it's supposed to go. now it shows where it is, what it is, and where it's supposed to go. And this is the first step for automation tasks for the crane. And now we send it to the guy that's in charge of all the material and the planning. So he knows that it's arrived, he knows where it is, he knows what it is, and he just now has to send execute to the operator and tell him if it's going to be first, second, or third. Simple as that. So as I said, our vision is to have autonomous cranes, but on the way there, we need to pass a few steps on the way. So the first thing to know is situational awareness, what's going on. And we're doing so through a 3D modeling with a 10 centimeters accuracy. This is, by the way, a size of a football, for a football court. And our 3D model is Beam compatible via IFC. So I will show you after that how we can use it. We can also detect objects on the ground. For example, cement truck are coming. So you have to disassemble them, otherwise it get rise, or people without helmets, etc. And as you can see, our anti-collision, he painted it. Our anti-collision painted it. We didn't put it here. So he knows what's going on, not just cranes that are neighbors, but the building, new elements that were built during the day, and other elements. So it can stop the crane, it can move the crane, or it can do best routes for more efficiency. So as I said, this is our 3D model, as you can see. And this is our cloud point, and this is what they build. This is what they need to build. Here I can even tell them how much concrete they put on it every stage of the way. And I can also show them progress of build versus planned, what they planned and what they really built at every single minute. It's important. So you're from Germany. So we were last year in Munich, in Beim Munich, and we won third place out of 140 startups, as you can see here. And we were chosen as one of the promising startups in construction sites. The benefits that you get out of the system and our solution is real-time decision-making data. We improve the workflow. We decrease the operator what he needs to think, because we give him all the symbology. We will tell him where the hook is at all time. He doesn't need to think where it will fall. You can start work from the office. You don't need to be in the site at all. If we have the 5G, we can integrate through it, and we don't need the fiber optic. We can control it from the office. And once we have all the graphics and symbology, there are less errors. We minimize errors and minimize verbal guidance. And as I said, you have an ergonomic station with an air conditioner that somebody can sit. And first of all, it's much more convenience, much more comfortable. You walk better, and he doesn't need to go upstairs half an hour and go back half an hour on lunch, and then go again half an hour and then go back half an hour. So I save only on that between an hour and 2 hours a day. And as I told you, our technology is based on military upgrade. We are a spin-off Elbit system, like I said, and this is our sensor. It comes from the Apache, and we're using the same symbology that the Apache wants to land in an unknown area. This is how we used the symbology. We have 14 patents from them and 4 more that we just wrote on our name in the United States, Canada, and Europe. And that's it. If you have any questions, comments, anything, I would be more than happy to hear them.
Yes, thank you very much, Asaf, for the very interesting presentation. I think it's impressive how industry could change probably in the future. So I want to ask to the audience, do you have any questions? You can write it into the chat, and I would give it to Asaf. It shows us everyone is impressed about your presentation.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I don't get a question. Probably someone. Now we have the chance for a new technology. Yes, maybe.
Listen, it's simple. this is the future. I'm telling you right now. People will not go up. My kids, your kids, they will not go up. Doesn't matter how much money we'll pay them. They want to sit in an ergonomic chair. They want to sit in an office, air-conditioned office. They don't want to sit 12 hours upstairs and eat cold food. And definitely it's the future. And if I'm giving better data, I'm giving a better symbology. You can hear better. You can see better from the ground. It's just a matter of regulations. It's just a matter of adapting it. That's it.
Yes.
And the revolution is started already, because you see other startups as well, and other technologies that are improving efficiency and safety of cranes and digital and sites in general.
Would you say that this technology could be applied to other machines on construction site? For example, drilling machines or something else?
So we are now doing a pilot with overheads.
Yes.
You know what is overhead in there? So we are having a pilot now, and we are learning how it works. So definitely to the heavy industry and to ports, it also fits.
Yes.
So we are going to this direction as well, but still our focus will always be, not always, but now on construction sites.
Okay. So my last question to the audience, but I think the audience will probably go out into this summer today because we have very nice weather. So Asaf, at the end, very much thank you to you for the presentation. We will put into the YouTube your presentation. I think probably there will be some more views in the future, and if there's, I think it would be good if you have or we could publish your contact data, so if someone has questions to you directly, the person can contact you to ask the questions.
I will be happy to.
Yes. Okay. So I want to say many greetings to Israel. Enjoy the day and have a good time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Same
much.
to you.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy and have a great week ahead of you. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much, Asaf. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.